Hello everyone, this is Supersnoopy here, back with another Star Wars The Old Republic video. Today I have for you guys another Star Wars The Old Republic discussion video. In today's discussion video, I'm just going to be going over game-breaking bugs and exploits, the way that BioWare handles these said bugs and exploits that kind of break the game at some points. Once again, this is just going to be my opinion and my views overall on the way that these situations are handled. And I just want to say once again that the audio is a bit messed up at the beginning of the first clip, so I do apologize for that. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this Star Wars Republic discussion video. As always, if you guys enjoy these videos, then make sure to leave a like. And if you guys want some nice gaming glasses, then check the links down below. No scope gaming glasses, but yeah. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys in the discussion. Alrighty guys, let's get into the discussion right now. So as you know, in Star Wars The Old Republic, there are some bugs that do occur, and normally with these bugs in the game, it does cause a bunch of commotion and a bunch of hassle overall in the community. Now recently one of these bugs was one where you could go ahead and duplicate a bunch of items, and it got kind of out of hand to the point where it was insane and people were getting tons of credits and getting a bunch of crazy companion gifts. Now, once again, I feel like this is a good topic since a lot of people don't exactly understand what game-breaking bugs are, but sometimes these game-breaking bugs are abused and they are known as exploits, and that's where you try to intentionally, break the game or do something that wasn't, meant to be coded in an original way just to set something up, and people abuse it, and then they get a bunch of said, items or something else along the lines that can help them and give them an advantage. Now, I mean, not gonna lie, this exploit slash game-breaking bug was kind of, it seemed like it was a bit insane at the fact that, it was left unnoticed. But once again, they did make a statement, and then they started to ban all the players that were abusing this bug, which is definitely really good at the fact that it is trying to, help out and crack down on the exploiters that are kind of messing with the game. But once again, I mean, with these bugs, I still kind of wonder why, some people exactly, take pride in exploiting the game, and also at the same time why some people, they try to justify their actions. I mean, the same thing happened with the Ravager's exploit. I mean, people tried to justify their actions for abusing it and using it, and simply they would always say, oh, I mean, BioWare released this broken patch, so basically that means we're allowed to go ahead and exploit everything. Now, I mean, I don't understand that thinking of the fact of exploits. Now, I can understand that some people might get curious and do it, which is, once again, I mean, it's still a problem because, once again, I mean, even then you're exploiting and causing a bit of commotion. But, once again, I think the fact is I don't understand why some people, don't exactly understand the fact that exploits are bannable in this game, and also says that in the terms of service. So, I don't understand why some people say that, but that's the one thing I just want to say is my views on people trying to justify the actions, which I personally don't understand the reason of doing so, because either way, you're still probably going to get banned. It's not going to really change anything, but I can understand people's different opinions and views on it, so, I respect that. But anyways, not only that, another thing that I want to go over is just the fact that these bugs themselves and how long it takes to fix them. Now, I understand that the Ravager's exploit was out for quite a while, once again, because BioWare wasn't really there at the time, since once again it was last year in December during the holiday season, and everyone at BioWare was really kind of taking some time off. They weren't really focusing on patching the game. I mean, we don't get too many patches that often now compared to a couple years back. But I mean, once again, it seemed like they were on break and they weren't really focusing on anything that had to do with the game. So this exploit was kind of just widespread, and people were just transferring to a bunch of different servers, just trying to go crazy and just try to get everyone involved with it. And in doing so, that caused a bunch of problems since a lot of people were really mad. But yeah, BioWare was on break and people were abusing the exploit like crazy. So once it was finally known and BioWare tried to fix it, they did start to exactly ban a bunch of players. Now, it seemed like they didn't ban too many players, they just kind of gave them a slap on the wrist, and then they just told them, don't do this again, that once again, just by doing this exploit, you're taking a huge risk of your account getting completely suspended. And then with this exploit, it seemed like they were done playing games for the most part. I mean, they tried to permanently ban some people that were abusing it hardcore, and then of course they gave like a week ban to some of the people and removed some of the items. And I also heard that some people actually didn't lose the said items from exploiting, so that's one other problem on its own. Once again, I feel like the way to deal with these bugs is just try to take them out as quick as possible. Now, I can understand that once again they weren't really focusing and working on the game at the time. I feel like that there should be some way that the bugs can be taken care of a lot quicker, rather than just having to wait, a really long time and just leave them completely open. That they actually knew about the bug and they were just kind of waiting just to set it up for another patch. And then, of course, they did, hot fix it, and then they started to issue the bans. But I'm assuming that BioWare was silent on the fact that they actually knew about the bug, but they were just kind of waiting for it without, like, exactly acknowledging it until the time came when they, started to take action against it, fix it, and, of course, ban other players. So I feel like that's one thing, is that normally I'm assuming that BioWare, the people that work on the game, usually check at these subreddits and stuff where people are just trying to, leak all this stuff and telling players how they're actually obtaining stuff really fast using, methods that BioWare would consider and deem, an exploit. But I'm assuming that they check that stuff and then they start to notice, that, hey, people are exploiting, we gotta fix this. But they just kind of leave it to the point where they don't exactly tell everyone until the point when they actually just want to admit that they've seen that. Sometimes it seems like BioWare doesn't exactly take action really that quickly when it comes down to the exploits. I can understand that they're trying and sometimes they don't get around to it, which is understandable. But it can get a bit annoying once again when you start to see the same exploit constantly on, the Reddits and whatnot. And it seems like it's getting extremely out of hand to the point where it's kind of messing up the game. Now, I know for sure, not really on the server, the Ebon that I play on right now, but I was seeing a bunch of other stuff on Reddit and etc. where people were showing pictures where, the companion gift market and everything along the lines with that was completely messed up. And I feel like that's another problem with this exploit, is it actually did kind of ruin the market to some point, considering the fact that there's a bunch of, new items that a lot of people don't usually have, or there's just stacks of them, which kind of ruins the rarity of these set items, which is a bit disappointing. But once again, I feel like that these bugs should be addressed a lot quicker and fixed faster, rather than just kind of, I guess say kind of knowing about it, but not really taking action until a bit later when more people start to figure it out and then exploit. Because, I mean, either way, the people are still going to get banned or get in trouble for using the exploit. But, I mean, honestly, kind of destroying the game economy or something else isn't really worth it, considering the fact that it can destroy the game itself. But yeah, I normally don't make discussion videos on the topics like this. I just kind of wanted to do something different today, since I felt like it was, something that was pretty interesting that is, mostly resolved right now. But once again, I think it was a really cool topic, just of the fact that a lot of people have been talking about this overall, and I just kind of wanted to give my stance on it. Once again, I understand that they do that. Once again, they're trying to fix exploits, but at the same time, I feel like they kind of know about it beforehand, but they just don't take it, I guess say, or execute it in the right way, considering the fact that they just kind of wait a bit before they actually fix the exploit and whatnot. And I feel like that's a bit of a struggle, is when you're actually someone that's, working on a game. If I were definitely working on this game, I would try to fix an exploit pretty quickly or try to resolve it as fast as possible, rather than, waiting it out. It's kind of, letting people understand that, once again, that I'm there and I'm just kind of looking over it and seeing, once again, how people are doing the said exploit. And I can just start to unravel the mystery of how people are getting all these items extremely fast. But yeah, guys, that's my stance on these game-breaking bugs / exploits. Once again, I'm not trying to bash BioWare in any way. I just feel like they should try to handle the approach when it comes down to these things that can mess with the game in a different light, rather than just kind of, leaving it, I would say, not revealed. I mean, I can tell that they likely understand the exploits, but they just kind of wait a bit just to set everything up, rather than just developing a hot fix as soon as possible. Once again, I feel like that they should just try to, go about things a bit differently when trying to fix the exploits and etc. And that's just all I really want to talk about in this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this SWTOR Republic discussion video, just me going over the game-breaking bugs and exploits that are in games and also SWTOR Republic. As always, if you guys enjoy these videos, then make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one.